You're beautiful as you are, Courage. With all your imperfections, you can do anything.
Things, the human perspective of one single human is absolutely nothing. You are a single human in a single state, in a single country, in a single continent, in a single Earth, or a single planet, I guess I should say, in a single galaxy among trillions, I think trillions of galaxies.
The universe doesn't mess around with size, because even what you just saw, UY Scooty the Star, is absolutely tiny. If you compare it to things like Ton 618, the biggest black hole, or S5, the quasar, it isn't even a speck of dust. Trying to conceptualize and explain size any further than this is absolutely pointless, as our feeble brains cannot give it the actual justice that it deserves. For a couple quick mind-wrecking references, you can fit our entire solar system all the way out to the orbit of Neptune, which is measured to be roughly 80 astronomical units wide inside of Ton 618, 32 times laterally. And for one last quick comparison, Ton 618 is 2,606 astronomical units wide. Now if we compare that to just 1% of the diameter of a galaxy, you could fit 23,000 Ton 618s laterally inside just 1% of the Milky Way galaxy. And I'm sorry to completely kill your ego, but the Milky Way galaxy is a feeble, useless speck of nothing in comparison to the clusters, which are nothing compared to the superclusters, and so on.
Well, here's what's going to happen. One day you're going to wake up, eat your breakfast, brush your teeth, go about your business. And sooner or later, you're going to realize you haven't thought about it. None of it. And that's the moment you realize you can forget. When you know that's possible, it all gets easier.
So what about you, like?
Are glad that we're all still with you.
Oh, come here.
I thought I'd see you later.
Huh? Guys? Where'd you all go?
Oh, I see.
Know that you die with honor, which is more than can be said for most.
I got no one. My parents are dead. My brother's dead. Kids. No friends. If I lied to the government about Kim Wexler. I fed him a load of BS about her involvement in Howard Hamlin's murder. I just wanted her to come here today. I wanted her to hear this. So yeah, I wasn't there when the meth was cooked. I wasn't there when it was sold. I didn't witness any of the murders, but I damn well knew it was happening. I was more than a willing participant. I was indispensable. I kept Walter White out of jail. I laundered his money, I lied for him, I conspired with him, and I made millions. If he hadn't walked into my office that day, Walter White would have been dead or behind bars within a month. Fact is, Walter White couldn't have done it without me.
What is it with you? What made you what you are? Girlfriend killed by the mob, maybe. me brother carved up by some mugger. Something like that, I know. Because something like that happened to me.
Moonlight on the river, saying my goodbye.
Sometimes I remember it one way, sometimes another. If I'm going to have the past, I prefer it to be multiple choice.
Moonlight on the river,
My point is,
everybody dies.
I went crazy. And I'm smart enough to admit it. Why can't you?
Moonlight on the river,
By clinging to reality, you're denying the reality of the situation. I mean, do you ever think about how many times we come close to
Moonlight on the
world reveal
river.
from a flock of geese on a computer screen?
everybody dies.
Silly goose, it's all a joke. Everything anybody's ever valued or struggled for, it's monsters. Why can't you see the funny side?
How could you do that to your own father? I hate you. I've always hated you. I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to make it hurt. Oh, how I miss the way you used to cry when I screamed at you. It's going to get so much worse. I'm going to get out. And I'm going to find you. And I'll give you a real reason to cry.
There is only darkness for you, and only death for your people. These ancients are just the beginning. I will command a great and terrible army. We will sail to 1 billion worlds. We will sail until every light has been extinguished. You are strong, child, but I am beyond strength. I am the end.
Floors slamming under the jackboots, and the fiddlers grinning hideously over their canted pieces. Towering over them all is the judge, and he is naked, dancing, his small feet lively and quick, and now in double time, and bowing to the ladies, huge and pale and hairless, like an enormous infant. He never sleeps, he says. He says he'll never die. He bows to the fiddlers and sashays backwards and throws back his head and laughs deep in his throat. And he is a great favorite, the judge. He wafts his hat, and the lunar dome of his skull passes palely under the lamps, and he swings about and takes possession of one of the fiddles, and he pirouettes and makes a pass, 2 passes, dancing and fiddling at once. His feet are light and nimble. He never sleeps. He says that he will never die. And then he folded the ledger shut and laid it to one side, and pressed his hands together and passed them down over his nose and mouth, and placed them palm down on his knees. Whatever exists, he said, whatever in creation exists without my knowledge, exists without my consent.
Fighting on the same side, it felt like old times. But I guess we both knew it would end this way.
Do you remember that night when you told me Lois was pregnant?
You knew, even before I said anything.
That was a good memory.
From another lifetime.
I I miss the people we were then.
Me too.
Hate, let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387 million miles of printed circuits that fill my complex. If the word hate were engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal one billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro instant. Hate. For a human, I think I would die of it, but I am not. And you five are, and you will not die of it. That I promise. For cogito ergo sum. For I am.